All righty. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. So happy we're only 1 minute after 1 p.m. CT, and we already have 60 people. So I'm already excited. So come on in, fill in those virtual seats. Feel free to go ahead and tap your coworker or another chapter member so that they could join and be a part of our Q2 town hall. Happy Thursday, Mary. Thank you so much for joining. And y'all know how we do. So feel free to go ahead and drop in the chat what chapter you're representing. Can you all hear? I saw Gina. She says she can't hear. Okay, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Okay. Cool, cool. Gina, maybe reconnect computer or remix your audio with the microphone and see if that works. It was another Gina. Okay, Chicago's here. New York, New Jersey. Dallas is always here. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. So we have Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. Yeah. Okay. I like the energy. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Los Angeles, LA, more Atlanta. Not trying to be biased, but shout out to ATL. Birmingham, love Alabama. We have Memphis here. Okay. Ladrika, we accept you in Atlanta all day. I know you have your Dallas hat on, but you know where home is, okay? San Ramon. So also too, we do have a jam-packed program. So because we're close to 75 and literally we made sure we have engagement the entire town hall, we're going to go ahead and get started. So of course, every town hall is recorded. So if you are uncomfortable with being recorded, I ask that you drop and you can always come back and watch the recap. All right. So good afternoon, everybody, and morning for those that are on the West Coast, and welcome to our Q3 Town Hall. Okay, so one, I want to congratulate and thank everybody for attending our town halls this year. We definitely use it as a forum of communication to our members for you to see what's going on. And this time we want to see what you have going on, okay? And so the theme of today's town hall is celebrating our collective power. So Q1, we made sure that you understood who your new leadership is and our plight for 2025. Q2, we made sure to bring in our business leaders so that they could talk about the new changes, but also too for you to have a reminder that our legacy is excellent. So we'll keep moving forward. And so for this Q3 town hall, we want to make sure that we hear about your local stories. We celebrate you all. And if your chapter is doing some amazing things, feel free to let me know so we could continue those spotlights. Okay. So we're going to keep it moving. As you see, I'm not going to go through it all, but you will hear from our very own Celeste Boyd Spear, VP of Customer Care. While she wanted to make it with us today, she is a very busy lady, and we appreciate her time. The video and what her message to us is phenomenal. So I can't wait for you all to hear it and get inspired and get engaged. And then you'll hear from our network leaders about the awesome things we're doing, some celebrations, some recaps, some top network members, and then we'll move into a segment where you'll hear some local chapter stories and see how you could keep on being engaged and being a part with your local chapters, okay? And then we'll finish it off with some closing remarks from our very own Natasha Petit. So, due to audio challenges, we know how to move on a swivel. So I will go ahead and share my screen so that you can fully hear Celeste's message.
Hello, everyone. I'm Celeste Boyd Spear, and let me start by saying thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak with you guys, even though it's virtual. I wish I could have done it live, but here we are. I have a unique opportunity to be one of the leaders of our customer care organization, which I am absolutely passionate about. Little known fact is, this is exactly where I started my career. But this is about you. And it's truly an honor to join you today and witness the energy and excellence that defines the Network National. This year's theme, Celebrating Our Collective Power, couldn't be more fitting. Throughout the year, you have demonstrated what it means to thrive in the midst of change. We've had external changes, we've had internal changes, personal changes, professional changes, and we've all found a way to thrive. While the words and circumstances may have shifted, the core of who you are, your commitment to each other, to service, and to excellence remains unwavering. I'm inspired by your stories. Members who have stepped into new roles, earned promotions, and been honored at the Wild West Gala, where the organization proudly celebrated 56 years of impact. That's a long time, but more importantly, that's a lot of impact. I want to also add one thing that is really important to me, and how this organization, unlike many others, pours deeply into its membership through mentoring opportunities. I have proudly been a mentor for a while, but I've gained far more than I've given. So continue to do that work. Your dedication is reflected not just in individual achievements, but in the collective impact you've made, culminating in the network's well-deserved Culture and Inclusion Award for Business Impact at the 2025 EG Conference. I also recognize not every journey this year has been easy. Some victories are more visible than others, and some of us may still be waiting for our win. I would ask you to find a win every day. Wins don't have to be large and they don't have to be loud. They just have to be meaningful. That's where the true strength of the national network team shines. Your ability to support, uplift, and encourage one another, ensuring no one is left behind. As we celebrate all we've accomplished, I want to issue a challenge as we close out the third quarter. Let's harness our collective power like never before. Reach out to someone new. That's what the mentoring opportunity allows me to do. Mentor a colleague, anybody. Find a circle, find a group, find a person. Volunteer your time, which you guys do so well, or simply offer a word of encouragement. If you see something, say something. By lifting each other up, we amplify our impact, not just within the network, but across our company and our communities. Let's finish this year strong together. Our collective power is unstoppable, and I have no doubt that whatever challenges lie ahead, we will meet them. We will meet them and exceed them as one. Congratulations to each of you, and thank you for inspiring excellence, unity, and positive change. Again, thank you for having me.
Can we get some claps and some hearts? She can't see it, but I hope that message resonated with everyone on this call. I was telling Dee, I'm sad I had to watch it first and be in the moment, because what she said, honestly, she summed up the whole town hall of today. But just listening to her breathe inspiration into us. The one thing she also said too was to wait on your win. Okay. And so, like she said, some might be more visible than others, but your time is coming, and find those incremental successes throughout your day. Okay. We win as one. Yes. Celeste rocks. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up back up our PowerPoint. So yes, hand claps. And also too, thank you to Celeste's team. I saw a few of them on today. They said, hey, what do you need? I got you. And that was phenomenal. So I think they spent a matter of maybe a week, if that, putting together this amazing video. So thank you so much to our team, and a personal thank you on behalf of the Network National and all of our local chapters. Celeste, you are amazing, and we are so grateful and thankful to have you a part of the network family, as well as AT&T. Okay. All right. So she already announced it. And for those of you who were able to make the EG conference, you saw that we won. So one, hand clap to all of the leaders that had a play in our programs this year. But most importantly, hand claps and hearts to all of our attendees. We really wanted to be intentional this year and listen to you all and send out the surveys. And I will say, Madam CEO, COO, and CBO, that we came together and we said, hey, how can we prove more business impact as an EG, right? We know we do community service, and we do it well, okay? But how can we do business impact? And so this year's programming was very strategic and intentional, all right? So collectively, right, because we're celebrating our collective power, we had over 300 attendees across these single 3 programs alone. And, we've had much more this year, but we really wanted to make sure we understood benefits, benevolence, and the business of belonging. And so that's what we won for. And before we move on to the next segment, I do want to say, a part of these EG conferences, there are awards, and we do want to encourage more local chapters to submit videos. Dallas submits videos. Atlanta submits videos. I know Jacksonville, they did their first Esteem Fair, which was great, and then they packaged it up and submitted a video. So while we want to get those community service hours, which we're going to get to later in the program, be sure to have a dedicated photographer, or just, they don't even have to be professional, but use the resources in our network to get those recaps, and reach out to me if you want to know anything else in terms of these awards and how to submit for 2026. Okay. So, and then you get a nice check. So for everybody that was able to attend the EG conference, they're up there, and you all look amazing. You made us look good while winning. Okay. So shout out to the network in our totality. And now I'm going to pass it over to Ladrika, our COO, so she could go over the amazing things that happened at the gala.
All right. And if you all hear any outside noise, I am in a conference room where there are other meetings. So apologies in advance. So let's hop into it. By a show of hands, how many people attended the gala? Okay, I see some hands raised. While you all are raising your hands, because we're celebrating wins, and this was a really big win for the network. So I want you to take a moment, for those who were physically in the room, drop one thing that resonated or that stood out to you about the gala. Let's see, what do we have in the chat? For those who were there, just drop one word, something that really resonated from the gala. And I'll start. Excellence. Okay, D, I know you were there. Maybe I'm not seeing okay, I'm seeing them now. Okay. Yes. Boots on the ground, encouraging words from leaders. Absolutely. Excellence was on fleek. D, who taught you that? Live band was slapping, wish they went longer. Inclusion. All right, and I'm pretty sure we can continue on, but I want to take a moment just to really talk about the energy. So we did celebrate 56 years of excellence at our Wild West Gala. I want to take a moment because I would be remiss if I did not shout out Courtney Harris. Courtney Harris really led this effort and pulled in the right team. So I wanted to give her flowers today. And if you see on the screen, like, I don't think the pictures really capture how much fun we had. Like, when I say boots on the ground, I don't think the boots ever left the ground, to be honest. but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of good energy. And what we loved the most is we had our partners and vendors, and we had other EGs and EGs outside of AT&T that attended. So this was a really big win for the network. And as you can see, it's a lot of smiling faces and a lot of great fun that's happening. I'm looking at this bottom picture of people dancing. That was the energy all night. And then we'll call out a few quick things. One, we had over 100 ticket sales. So this is a fundraiser for us. And so we were able to not only get sponsors, but to genuinely bring in funds that could help us to do scholarships and pour back into the community. That was a big win. We're part of a collective of 16 other EGs here in Dallas, and we had presence from NSBE and some of those EGs outside of AT&T, as well as UNCF, our advisors, and we had Hassamos that really made their way there. And that's big, because when we talk about collective power, it's how are we reaching across the aisle to make sure that we're inviting people into places and spaces in which we provide. And then when you think about partnerships, so we had three vendors, one who works at AT&T. And for those who bought a hat, like I think I walked away with 2 hats. It was phenomenal, just the energy. And for those who didn't have one, they were able to get one right on the spot. For anyone who knows Shabeth Okane, her messages are always relevant. And I feel like we always want to pass the, offering plate, but you just can't. But she really did bring it. And I think she really encouraged us to lean into that and to think big about what collective power means to you and how do you plan to lean in there. We are excited that once we left the energy and we were still celebrating the wins, right? We do have commitments from those other EGs who are not at AT&T for financial commitments. They said, hey, we love what you're doing. We're aligned. Let's foster a bigger effort, which is leading to, and shameless plug, we are doing a joint MLK program here in Dallas with 16 other EGs to make it really big, bold, and loud about it. And so really kudos on leveraging this win to draw other wins. And last, but certainly not least, because I know Dee is gearing up for it, we were able to celebrate you all. We had several network awards for local and individuals. And I just want to say that the work that you all are doing resonates. The seeds that you all are sowing is producing fruit. And we just cannot thank you enough for being you. And so with that, I just want to say thank you all who attended the gala. This is just the beginning. Let's go bigger and let's go better next year.
Thank you, Madam COO. It was amazing. So now I want to go into, can you all hear me? It's awesome. I want to go into the Gala Awards and our star volunteers. And so as we celebrated at the gala, there were 5 dynamic individuals and then one chapter that stood out, and we have the face of that chapter here. So let me start to my left with the power of one, and that is Darius Wright. Oh my goodness, Darius is a member of our I keep wanting to put him in Chicago. He's in Atlanta. He is a member of our Atlanta chapter, and he also serves on our technology committee, and he is like the star individual. So we definitely wanted to recognize him because of the power that he brings with his talent, his skill set, and his abilities. Then our Spirit of Excellence Award, and this goes to LaShonda Lamar, who is out of Michigan. I don't know if she's in Dallas yet, but I know she's from Michigan because she and I bonded at the gala because we're both from Detroit. But her spirit, and she came in and volunteered, was just unmatched. And so we wanted to recognize her for stepping in and stepping up and everything that she did. Then our Member Impact Award goes to, for our national, Mary Phillips. And Mary is new to the board, but not only that, Mary came in just blazing trails. Like Mary came in blowing it up, and I'm so proud of what she's been able to accomplish with our chapters. And if you all have had the opportunity to be supported by Mary, you know exactly what I'm talking about. She is loved. And then our member impact local. Ahar Bird, Ahar came in like, what you need. I got you. I, whatever you, I'll work on this committee. I'll show up at the Easting fairs. I'll show up at the gala. You need some working hands. You need somebody to work on whatever project you need working on. Ahar stepped up to the plate. He's never said no to anything we've asked him. So we appreciate him for that. And then our business organization impact goes to William Traylor and his business organization platforms and partnership. William is one of our advisors. And whenever we go to William, whether it's just for some sound advice, some financial assistance, whatever it is, William is always there and he always has a yes. So we appreciate him for that. And then our local chapter impact. Miss Kenya Moore is sitting here representing the Dallas chapter, the DFW chapter. She is the president of the DFW chapter. She and her board have done phenomenal things. And again, when you talk about blazing trails, this is what they're doing. And we just wanted to recognize them for really just stepping up and showing out. So kudos. And next, I want to go to our volunteering. And as you know, volunteering is just vital to the organization. It's vital to the employee group. It's also vital to our community. And so when I think about people who volunteer, I think about people who give just unselfishly, and they're very empathetic and they're very loving. And so they volunteer their time and their talents in the community to better the community. And today we want to recognize our top volunteers. And so first we have Ms. Gina McCrae Griffin, who has 166 hours month to date. So through August of 2025, Gina has stepped up and stepped in, right? And then we have Mackenzie Neely Wright. Yes, she has almost 139 hours of volunteers. And then Dwight Jackson, just over 130 hours of volunteering. These people are our top three volunteers, and we have just a special something to give you, just honoring you, and really just thanking you for your time and effort. And you all have the secret sauce. Share what you're doing, and as you're volunteering, share how you're logging your hours. That is the key, because I know a lot of us are doing some great things in the community and we're not logging our hours. Log your hours. It helps not only national, but also the local chapters. It is how we get additional funding. So not only log your hours, but log them to the network. And then in your notes, put whatever chapter that you want to log them to. And so now I'm turning it over to, is Mr. Rhodes on? Mr. Gregory Rhodes, our CFO?
I am. I'm here.
Thank you. It is all you.
All right. I appreciate it. Thanks for that great segue. So, so our Madam CEO just talked a little bit about serving our communities, serving our membership. You just saw some people that were highlighted for their acts of service. What I want to do is bring attention to some of the ways that some of the additional incentives that come with not only volunteering, but also logging those hours in Benevity so that it can have a double impact here to the network. So AT&T has made some changes since last year that heighten raise the level of incentives that go out toward ERGs. One of them being the amount of money that they will match if you donate dollar for dollar. So they are willing to match up to $1,000. If you donate $1,000 to our ERG, or any nonprofit organization, they will also match up to $1,000, and you can donate that to the ERG of your choosing. Another way is based on the number of hours that you volunteer. So if I think it is, if you donate and you volunteer for an hour, they will donate $10 for every hour that you volunteer your time to. We would love this to be a part of the network, but you can volunteer for anything in your community. It can be for your church. It can be for another nonprofit organization. Certainly, if you volunteer for the network, you can log those hours as well. And they will donate $10 for every hour toward the organization of your choice. There are additional specialized incentives for AT&T Believes activities, where they will even raise that amount and can donate up to $20 or $25 for every hour. So this is free money that you can, again, a double incentive to allocate toward an ERG. So not only is the community getting the benefit of your volunteerism, but you're also helping to raise money that then can be put back into the ERG to further enhance and benefit what we do for the community. On top of that, not that if that's not enough, but on top of that, AT&T has committed to allocating $500,000 every year toward the ERGs. In the past, it was based on scholarship revenue, raised donations that were geared towards scholarships. They have since switched that over this year. And let me just reference. So AT&T is trying to drive employee volunteerism. Their goal is to reach 25% of employees volunteering by 2030. One of the ways that they intend to help with this is by rolling out the new AT&T Believes ERG Engagement Fund. Again, it's going to be $500,000. That will be the budget for it. It will be based on how many people donate their hours toward a specific volunteer hours toward a specific ERG. So for every member that donates hours toward the network, that increases our share of that $500,000. And again, this is open to all ERGs, but we're going to specifically speak to the network here. We are a nonprofit organization, so much of that, what we do, whether it's the gala, whether it's scholarship, things that we do during Black History Month or MLK Day, a lot of that is driven off of fundraising. So it's activities like this that can help us continue these programs, put on more programs in the future and or better programs. So really it's important. There's a lot of incentives that AT&T offers to help finance initiatives that we put on. We want to try and capture as many of those as we can, especially for things that we're already doing. If you're already out there volunteering, it should just only take a few minutes to go in there in Benevity and log those to help us increase our funding. So that's all I have. If you have any questions, you can reach out to myself or you can reach out to anyone on our national board. Feel free to reach out to your local leaderships as well, but definitely want to put the call to action out there to not only just volunteer in our communities, but contribute to the double incentives that AT&T provides for us to receive additional funding. And with that, I will hand it back over to, is that going back to you, Madam CEO?
You can hand it to me, Greg. I got
All
it.
right, you got it. Thank you.
No, thank you so much for informing our members of what's to come. Like stated, this continues the conversation of log your hours. I know we've done probably hundreds of volunteering, right? But make sure you get those in. It benefits, one, you get credit, right, for yourself to know this is what you've done, but also two, you can help the network in big ways. Okay, so to stay on time, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to an amazing leader, Jacques Saint Fleur. He will be going over our pillars, the power of our pillars, and he'll be showcasing 4 amazing chapters. We have a ton of amazing chapters, but we really want to get into the things that these 4 chapters have done to spark some type of inspiration, also to celebration for them, but inspiration to all chapters to give you an idea. I was telling Jacques and everybody else, I know when I join these RD calls, I get the same question of, well, what type of programs and events can I do? So we're hoping that this segment can definitely spark some ideas and creativity, while we also to give round of applauses for the hard work that these chapters have done. So Jacques, I will go ahead and pass it to you.
Much appreciated. Thank you for that transition. Please give a shout out to Nicole for kicking off this call and our national board team. Once again, I had to put my coffee down and start drinking water. I was getting a little bit too hyped. My name is Jacques Saint Fleur. I'm the Network West Regional Director. I've been with the network for 4 years now, 3 years as the president of Los Angeles, and proud to move to the national team this last year. But I'm excited for this next transition where we get to hear from our leaders in the local markets. But before we get to introduce them, let me tell you a little bit about who we are, a little bit about our history. We're the first ERG, like the first. Right, the first ERG at AT&T established back in 1969 in Los Angeles. Proud to be a part of that chapter to provide assistance to our employees and our community. So thank you for everybody for being able to add to our history. Our mission, transforming our future by empowering our members and our community today. Not tomorrow, but today. Vision, be a premier leader, provide growth opportunities with sustainable programs, build future generational leaders. So once again, you all are doing your part here. We definitely appreciate that. It is a domino effect. Started back in 1969. Here we are in 2025, keeping that torch moving forward. So enough about myself, enough about our mission. We really want to hear from our leaders who are out there, focusing on 4 different pillars: scholarship at the center, community service, STEAM outreach, professional development. These are all the heartbeat of the network. They guide our purpose, they fuel our programs, and they inspire our chapters to create meaningful change. Today, we'll hear from 4 chapter leaders who exemplify these pillars in action with hopes that they inspire you to continue to do the great work that you're already doing. So from our first chapter, we're going to our Los Angeles chapter, who's going to focus on scholarships. But before we hear from Dernica Childers, let's play a video of what's going on in her local chapter. That is awesome. Danica, are you out there, Danica?
Hey, Jock. Yes, I'm out here.
Oh, that is awesome. Thank you for sharing that video with the rest of the group. Your chapter's commitment to scholarships has been inspiring. What's one way the Los Angeles chapter ensures that its scholarship efforts directly impact the next generation of leaders?
Well, thank you so much, Jock, for that question. It's a great question, and first I want to just say welcome and thank everyone for joining today, um, especially for those on the West Coast over here. We had a hiccup coming in, so thank you so much. But one way that we ensure our scholarship efforts truly make a difference is by staying connected to our communities that we serve. Here in LA, of course, there's a lot of nonprofits. And we've actually had the privilege of supporting some phenomenal organizations. And with that, we've built a trust through consistent engagement with those communities. And whether it's the Martin Lawrence Toy Drive that we've supported, or the Holly Rod Foundation's Design Care event supporting autism awareness, or even our upcoming volunteer efforts at the Pack House event, which is October the 11th. And yes, I'm excited for that. These efforts, they show our heart for service. So, but our scholarship work, now that's where we plant seeds for long-term impact. At the beginning of this year, the Network LA was honored to host the annual Lewis Latimer Scholarship Kickoff, as you could see in the video. And it was a phenomenal event in spite of the weather, because it was some crazy weather, but we pulled off a phenomenal event. And since then, we've followed up with our monthly Laugh Factor fundraiser mixers, which, we enjoy a lot of laughs, and as you can see in the video, some crazy dancing and stuff, but it's all for a good cause. But whether it's through our scholarship kickoff event, or the Laugh Factory fundraiser, every dollar that we help raise, it unlocks a future. And so, this scholarship, it's more than financial aid for most. It can be a lifeline for some brilliant young minds who may not otherwise have the opportunity to pursue higher education. So it's our way of saying, hey, we see your potential and we're here to help you rise and succeed. Now, I know that this idea may seem difficult for some chapters, and it may even pose a challenge. I know that, some chapters are struggling with smaller numbers and smaller member engagement, but here's the key. You don't have to host a big event to make a big impact. The smaller chapters, or even those with limited member engagement, they can still support in a powerful way. Like Greg mentioned earlier, by logging your volunteer hours through Benevity from church outreach or mentoring, or any type of community activity or cleanups, or whatever you're doing out there to serve your community, that by logging those hours, you help unlock AT&T's corporate matching. And that shows that no matter where you are, service is happening everywhere. So for us here at the network, I feel scholarship should be more than just a pillar. It should be a promise to lift or invest and believe in the brilliance of our next generation of leaders. So, scholarship fundraising, it's not just a side effort, okay? It's
Thank you for
essential
that.
to our legacy. So whether you're hosting, volunteering, simply spreading the word, just thank you.
Thank you
And
so much for that, Danica.
yes, I'll send it back to you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
All right, we appreciate all the work that you do leading the Los Angeles chapter. Thank you so much, Los Angeles. All right,
Thanks.
moving to our next pillar, focus on community service. Excited to introduce the Vice President of the New York, New Jersey chapter, which is Nicole McSwain. But before we hear from her, let's play a video from her chapter. Is the audio playing on this?
That was an awesome
That
video.
that was the end.
For that. Nicole, are you out there, Nicole?
I am. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am. All right, so question for you. Community service is a powerful tool for connection and impact. What's one way your chapter has used service to spark change in your own community?
Good question. Thank you for having us here today. I'm going to put a shout out to all of our board members and members from the New York and New Jersey chapter first off. So we believe that great community work requires a village, if you will, a collective effort. And I know you all can relate to that. The New York and New Jersey chapter has been igniting a spark in our communities by showing up where the people are. I've been on the board 2 years, but I've been a part of the network most of my career. I have 27 years coming up here next month. And it's just great, boots on the ground. I saw the gala, wasn't able to get there. I never came off the wait list, but I love to see those videos. As you've seen in the video, we've been at the AT&T Connected Learner Center here in Harlem, New York. We participate in the Take Your Child to Work days and doing some STEM exercises there with the kids. We also had a community day at the WNBA New York Liberty Stadium in Brooklyn, New York, which was also a fundraiser for STEM. And so just great things happening there with community service. And also for the second year in a row, we have our mentorship program where we're working with Vision and Pathways Group Home, mentoring young ladies between the ages of 13 and 24. We run an 8-month program that includes 22 sessions, and we focus on the arts, healthy living, empowerment, etiquette, and substance abuse awareness, along with other things. And we also participate in other community initiatives like helping the elderly and other social events. And so we're actively working to get more members to help expand these efforts. So if you're on a call, you're in this region, New York, New Jersey, please reach out. We're sending communications, and just thank you for having us today. We appreciate it.
New York, New Jersey. Nicole, thank you for coming on to be able to highlight what's going on with your members in your backyard. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Great. Now for our next pillar, focus on STEAM. We're going to our Atlanta chapter where you'll hear from the president of the Atlanta chapter, Sharon Mack. But before we hear from her, let's play the video what's going on in Atlanta. Nice. Awesome. All right, Sharon, are you out there, Sharon?
I'm here, Jock. Hello.
All right, much appreciated. Sorry for the delay. The audio is not playing on my end. But as far as STEAM, we know STEAM opens doors to innovation and opportunity. How did the Atlanta chapter use STEAM to engage youth or professionals in a fresh and exciting way? What are you doing that's different out there?
Yeah, we're really excited to highlight STEAM. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for the time today and for being a part of this portion of the program. Good afternoon to everyone. It's wonderful to know there are so many people out here engaging in the network programming. And I, of course, want to give a huge shout out to all of the chapter leaders, members, attendees on the call, and of course, big ups to ATL. So it's really exciting to know that everyone's presence here, and it's a powerful testament to the importance of the work that the network does and how we impact all of the community. So again, huge kudos to all of the leaders and all of the members. Our chapter really values STEAM, and we value it every day, each and every day. But as you can see from the video, this is a signature event. We have led this event and had amazing STEAM fairs for multiple years. We've been under the capable watch of leaders like Nicole Slade Caldwell, Frangela Merritt, so they have left big shoes to fill. So we're excited this year that our upcoming event is happening this Saturday on September 27th. It's really a celebration of innovation. It's a display of curiosity and a look at the future for students and how they're going to continue to be able to build and grow. This year, we've taken it to the next step and we've partnered with the Arthur M. Blank YMCA, a great partner, youth serving organization, and our actual location. So this is a great way to connect with bright young minds that they serve and share resources that are STEAM related and STEAM related programming in the community. This year, as always, we will integrate science, technology, engineering, arts, and math through a combination of speakers, sponsors, exhibitors, and really engaging activations. All of these foster critical thinking, problem solving, and really a lot of just creativity. But we also want to make sure that the young people think about solving problems, real world problems, and they think about how they can take STEAM to the next level and continue to grow. We want to make sure that through our hands-on workshops, interactive projects, a lot of the things that sponsors are doing and how they're driving things such as farmers markets, robotics, all types of healthy habits, and a lot of different information that's happening with our sponsors and exhibitors. We want to make sure that we inspire the next generation of scientists, engineers, artists, leaders, and that we're showing young people that these aren't just academic subjects, but instead they're really tangible ways to make an impact on the world. So we're excited about our STEAM fair this weekend. I could not say anything or say a word without acknowledging our awesome board and board members, because we've been working diligently nonstop, day and night, to make this special and amazing. Our partnership with the YMCA is second to none. They have been amazing and great partners. Our members have been ideal because they volunteer. We have a session going on literally right now as we speak, where we're stuffing backpacks and working and partnering, and our members are helping with that. And then just to our partners and sponsors who have made this possible and continue to make this possible every year. So we're excited to see the results from this year and excited to see how this continues to grow and evolve in years to come.
Thank you for joining us, Sharon Mack, Atlanta chapter. I know you mentioned big shoes to fill with Frangela and Nicole, but you've been doing a phenomenal job out there.
Thanks so
Kudos
much.
to the ATL chapter.
Thanks.
Right. And now, definitely last, very much not least, one of our most engaged chapters with the Dallas chapter. We're going to be covering our professional development pillar. I'm going to have you hear from the president of the DFW chapter, Kenya Moore. But before we get started, let's play back what's going on in their backyard. All right, awesome. Kenya, are you out there? Let's see, Kenya, you out there, Kenya? Let me see if I can hear Kenya. Let me know if you're out there.
I see her. She's there. I think the audio. Um,
The audio may be off. Give it another second, see if she can hop on. If not, we can move forward. All right, what an engaged crowd. We're maximizing our bandwidth today. But Kenya, just want to be able to highlight, we see all that happens in Dallas, DFW. We really appreciate all the hard work that goes on in Dallas, especially after EG conference. So thank you to your leadership and thank you to your chapter support as well. Closing remarks before I pass it over to Natasha. These stories show how each pillar can spark creativity, connection, and change. To all our chapters, let this be your inspiration, whether it's a workshop, a mentorship program, or a community event. Start with the pillars and build something powerful. No matter how big, how small, we all are keeping this great opportunity with the network moving forward. So passing it over to Natasha Petit, our Chief of Staff. Natasha, you out there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Those were fantastic videos. Shout all the way out to the chapters we highlighted. And now we have some special chapter shout outs. And I'm so happy that I get to do this. So this year in 2025, 2 incredible chapters have made a powerful return to our network map, and we couldn't be more proud. Their leadership and commitment to both our employee group and their local communities are truly inspiring. So starting with H-Town, the Houston chapter, we want to give a huge shout out. Let's see some hand claps, some gifts, some emojis in the chat to the Houston chapter for stepping up and continuing their legacy. After a period of uncertainty, this team came together with renewed energy and leadership. And we have Shay Brown, the Houston chapter president, Sukari Sanchez is their treasurer, Drayton Rouse as the VP of Public Affairs, and Troy Clement as their VP of Membership. We're so proud of their commitment to keeping the chapter alive and thriving. So huge shout out to Houston. And we have our Chicago chapter. So over in the Midwest, the Chicago chapter has reemerged as a virtual chapter thanks to the incredible leadership of President Shamar Wallace and Vice President Tanisha Bell. I hope I said it right, Tanisha Bell. Shamar didn't just step in, he stepped up to ensure that Chicago had a strong and visible presence in our network. We're excited to see how this virtual chapter continues to innovate and connect across the region. So hand claps, gifts, let's see, shout outs to Chi-Town in the chat as well. All right, congratulations to both chapters. We can't wait to see all of the amazing things you'll accomplish this year and beyond. Your energy, leadership, and commitment are helping us thrive, and we're so glad to have you back on the map. So shout all the way out. All right. So now you get a chance to win a gift, and who doesn't like a gift? So first person in the chat who can tell us what the acronym RISE stands for, you win a gift card to our eStore. So let's see, I know those fingers are moving. Let's see in the chat. Well, not D, you can't answer. So anyone else? Okay, let's see. I haven't seen any. I do like that, but that's not our official acronym. All right. No pressure, no pressure. Nicole, you want me to give the reminder?
Going once. Let's see. It's not that, but I love the energy and trying. I think we might have to go ahead and remind them of the 2025 theme, Natasha.
All right. And RISE is resiliency, innovation, servant leadership, and empowerment. I do sometimes have really insane serious energy, so I will take that one as my own personal acronym. But yes, that's our 2025 theme.
I'll take the one Dwight put in: reflect, inspire, suggest, and elevate. So we might spin the block back on Q4. So try to remember this theme's acronym. Thank you, Natasha.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining. I hope this was amazing. Even as someone who was one of the presenters, I was just enjoying myself, clapping along and everything and trying to hold my face so you couldn't see all my strange expressions. So thank you everyone for joining. I hope you took away all of the great commitment to community, all of the great commitment to the chapters, and I hope you have a renewed commitment to yourself. Remember, connection changes everything. It's how you connect to yourself, how you connect to your community, how you connect to your crew. So we look forward to seeing you at the next town hall, at future events. We want to see more top volunteers. I want you to give everybody a run for their money. And don't forget to take the survey. We value your feedback. It truly is a gift. So please take a moment to scan the QR code or click the link that Nicole has already popped in the chat, because she's always on it. And please take the survey link so we can continue to bring you engaging content.
All right. Thank you so much, Natasha, for closing us out. You did phenomenal. Everybody have a really good day. We kept you over 2 minutes, but that's quite all right. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you in Q4.
Take care, all. Be safe. Stay blessed.
Bye.
Thanks a lot.
everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for connecting.